The demon arm. How did this fucking disease even start? It just randomly got it. The medicine Melee had created was responsible. What medicine was she making? So it's like some fucking unexpected thing that happened from some other medicine?
Yeah, I think the idea is she was making some kind of actual pharmaceutical thing that was useful, but I'm not even sure how this disease started.
And then she created some kind of umbrella bullshit. Attack on Titan. Yeah, he's gonna turn into a big old fucking Titan.
I am growing larger.
Larger. And more naked.
Bigly.
Bigly. I rejected one of the first treatments. What was their problem in the first place? Was it all the same shit? Or they all have a different issue? Guess they're not gonna go into that. If that's contagious, it could be anything. The actual Professor Dr. MILF character. Sauntering around. She looks different every fucking time I see her, man. This is a different character I'm thinking of. I yearn for Melee's body. Come on, man. Feeling of liquid hot sex. The only thing to help the pain. Oh, this is why she said the edgy shit in the first thing. Wow, they covered it. Who would have thought this would actually be a good story? I mean, I guess so, man, but everything's created on that. Those little chemical reactions, man. Why do anything then? Why even be fucking alive?
Fucking brainlets.
Let go of your meta bullshit, lady, and just give in to your nature. Then they bubble up and explode. Oh, this is him. And he's extra
Battler.
fucking extra mysterious.
He ain't Sasha.
No, but was he Sacha one of the kids at the orphanage and she just took him with her or something?
I don't know. I don't think she'd do that.
He looked exactly the same. They might have just had like similar looking kids. Or maybe the pictures I was interpreting wrong. He's dead. Why would you even touch? I guess she's speaking to a soul, man. What the hell is she gonna do? She not get fucking acted? Guess she wouldn't, 'cause that's where they got the treatment from. Snowing again, nice. We have a small chance of snow next week here, but I don't know. It rarely ever snows down here. I'm jealous. Hopefully it's not too much. You can't actually get out or have trouble doing shit. Down here it doesn't take much to put everybody in a frenzy and shut down everything, since the facilities to take care of it don't really exist. It so rarely happens. Handling swarm of microbes that can insert DNA into human cells. Okay, so they have some kind of thing and then they infuse the DNA that gives immunities and makes sense. Oh yeah, I remember. I'm sure you guys got plenty of shit to handle it. I'm just jealous I get a little Minnesota action. Nothing? Yeah. That's how it was when I used to live in Colorado and Iowa and shit. Especially Colorado, there's just like a lot of snow. And you come down here and everybody's freaking out over like an inch. Like it's a fucking blizzard or something. I miss it a bit. But yeah, people down here aren't good with it. And there's not a whole lot of shit to take care of the ice, so people just don't usually. I don't have a whole lot of experience driving on ice. I mean, I have, but once I started driving once I moved out here, and we're just used to fucking around in the snow, not driving in it. Hopefully we get some. It'd be cool to have like a snowy Christmas. Too scared to doubt them. No trouble with the rain? Oh yeah. I guess people just get used to whatever. I mean, wherever they live. I don't think people are like dumb down here for not being used to the snow or ice. It's just what they're used to, but it's funny in the grand scheme. It is a pretty trivial thing for some others. It's kind of like down here. The humidity's like insane, like super high. Like there's like no dry heat. I guess a lot of people wouldn't be used to that. Damn. That's weird not being able to handle driving in the rain. I mean, I guess like a really crazy rainstorm, yeah, you'd have to like, I mean, possibly to slow down or pull over if you can't see, but that's the worst I've ever had in rain is I just can't see like even a foot in front of me. Oh, really? The little I was in California, there's a lot of assholes. I think I just had a weird time. It was only like a night, pretty much. So it's not much to go on. Sliding tires, yeah. Uh-oh, the government here to burn everybody up. I'm guessing they just wanted a sample of the virus. Not that it spread everywhere. Huh, shit. Yeah, some people die because of the ice out here. Yeah, people definitely aren't used to it. Don't get a chance. I mean, you maybe will have one crazy span of like 2 days to like a week of ice out here a year. Maybe. I've had many years where there's just nothing. A little bit of snow. I mean, there's always a little bit of snow, but it's like usually doesn't even stick. Sometimes we'll have a good chunk, but it's like some rare thing that people talk about for 6 years after it fucking happened. Many of my high school buddies in here, you still have them talk about some fucking ice storm of whatever the fuck year it was in high school. It was just like, we were out of school for like a week or two, but it was just like a foot or two of fucking snow or something that just stuck forever. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it happens out here for sure. But I don't know. It's been a bit. I mean, I would like snow. Still. Well, they're all trapped in here. He's gonna cause everybody to get infected at this point. Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the problems out here is the snow doesn't really stick much, so it's usually just ice. Maybe that's another reason people have issues out here. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, that'd be spooky, man. No, thank you. Yeah, I don't like going out and driving in any of that for sure. Rain's fine, but
I don't like leaving my house.
yeah, damn, I was gonna say I like being inside with all that happening, but
Finish.
I'm finishing. I'm talking. Me and Godo are the same. No leave, comfy. That's good then. Definitely needed. So when did they realize that Martel's good to go, man? They spell losing as loosing all the time.
Yeah.
That's a one-time thing. Even somebody legitimately believes that's what it is. And I feel like they should be questioning why Martel wasn't already infected after fucking touching the shit. Oh. Here it is. So, why did Melee go to the area in the first game? Or first bit. For all this. Just like spread the shit? He was there for like a while. Maybe she's just studying it.
Thing is, I don't know if she was making Epicari on purpose in the first place, because there's no way you make a fucking virus like this on accident, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know what they're going for. Cause I mean, they pulled her in once the Epicari started kicking in, right? In the original area. So maybe she's just become like a specialist in curing it?
didn't she come in herself?
On her own, like, free will? I don't remember. She had like a group of people, maybe. I mean, either way, she came in to cure it.
Running.
Why did it take her a decade to cure it? They have like some gypsy juice right now they can use. Maybe she just was studying, or maybe it's just like plot holes. I don't know.
Was it a decade?
She was there since that chick was like pretty young. Maybe not a decade, but like it had been at least like 3 years. Maybe it would have been less. I don't really know. It was since as soon as she goes to the church, then she's there all the way up to the government leaving the place. He was locked in the cell for at least a year.
She went there to do testing with Epicari because she knew the most about it on the country that had lost the war. I don't know.
I'm guessing their government used Epicari on that particular village. Well, I'm curious how maybe they'll say here, how they lose the cure that they have to go down to this place and get it. Was it that like Martel's sister or whatever in the original just didn't have a strong enough strain and maybe that was it? Maybe Martel's was like the only good one. Maybe that's why it took her so long. Is like whatever her face just wasn't enough. I think wasn't that what it was?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
The meals seem to work fine.
Yeah, I don't remember if there was something wrong with the meals. That would make sense as why she went there. They like ran out of victory maybe because they had to get her or some shit. But I don't know why I'd probably be there though. I don't know. I guess there's a bunch of shit. We'll see here. My dude give himself a fucking vaccine. Where did the other chick go, man? I mean, it could be a fun time with your brother, man. Yeah, it definitely looks not too great. I've only heard nothing but issues in the beta and shit, but when I play games that are objectively not that great, but that are still fun co-op. So, who knows, man? Hopefully it's not too bad for you. I'm probably not playing it at all. Where did Melee go? Did she like make it out with the government or some shit?
Fucking beast.
She did?
I don't know. She just vanishes, man.
What the hell? Figure she must have made it out around that same time. Maybe he just like forgot. And they had to like run back. Maybe she made it. I don't know. They said losing correctly this time, huh? Well, I don't know exactly what all happened in every bit, but
I thought he killed him by experimenting. Sorry, it's been a long time since I played
no.
this.
I mean, I'm curious. So, like, do they just have a spare down there? Her? Wonder why he never injected himself either. I guess that was just bad planning on his part. He didn't realize it. Well, a lot of it is still kind of trying to piece it all together into one big time thing, but I kind of like them. I mean, overall, I really like the story, like quite a bit actually.
Yeah, I wish there was more to actually string together.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I like that it's a little ambiguous.
You don't know what the fuck's going on with Melee, man.
Yeah.
She came back for this dude, but
like, I like that it is ambiguous in a lot of parts, but I guess there's a few I'd rather it not be. I think that's where the story is kind of more interesting. I mean, maybe it's probably a lot of it's the style. Like, I like the look, and some of the songs were used pretty well in the story bits. A lot of like symbolism and shit like that was fun. In both stories, you know, I like the story, I like the vibe. Anything I have a problem with the story is like small shit about stringing stuff together, I guess, events. Especially when it comes to the first story. I think the second part was like way better than the first part.
Yeah. You didn't spend 20 years going, mama.
Yeah. I mean, not even just story, just like gameplay too. I mean, I thought the story of the first one was good, but I think it was strongest at the end, where it was getting more ambiguous about shit, and they were like actually telling you what happened. That one was a lot more of a, like a just a character story, where this one was explaining like everything that was going on virus-wise. They're both good. For two
I
parts
gotta
of
figure the side effect is delusions. There's like, I don't know what else it could be.
delusions are like obsession with Theresia, I don't know. Did he actually see?
Go on.
Did he actually see the red flowers ever before, like when she was? Maybe they just see red flowers everywhere when there's not actually red flowers there.
What do you mean before?
Like she was in the field of red flowers at one point. I wonder if there's actually that many red flowers. Like maybe they just see those there when they're not there.
They probably are there.
I don't know.
That was before infection anyway.
That's one of those things they made. Well, she was always immune though. Maybe that was like one of the things. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I'm trying to think. Yeah, they purposely made that ambiguous whether or not what the negatives to it were. They didn't tell you at the end of the last bit, even though they mentioned it.
Yeah, there's just not enough answered, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
What's there is really nice.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. I like the look of it and shit. I think the storytelling was pretty good. First bit only had a problem because of the gameplay. I feel like if they made it as condensed as the second part, the story would be even stronger in the first part. Because when it's retold in the end thing, it's pretty cool. But Jesus, yeah, well, overall, that's what I think of the story. Music was had some really cool parts when they were doing like cutscene type of shit, but pretty repetitive in the gameplay. The gameplay itself, I thought the point and click adventure type of shit was solid. It was mostly a lot of logical stuff. If the first area was more condensed, I think the puzzles work better and they make more sense in that. The second areas were good, but there was a lot of fucking bad wording and just like weird shit that if I just wasn't the kind of person who tried everything on everything, it would have some really bad stump shit that wouldn't have been very fair at all. There was even a part where we got locked out of being able to open something that gave you a vital clue, so it's a brute force. But the level design was way better, and I think that mattered a lot more in the second part. First area, it was cool because it was like huge. Like I guess that added the atmosphere a bit, but the gameplay wise, it just made it suck. How fucking huge it was. The level design was pretty bad. A lot of backtracking, a lot of like re-getting of ammo and stuff. Everything was really tight in the second part. It's like they realized at the end of the first one that they fucked up a lot, so they changed it in the second bit. Makes you wonder why they didn't just go change a few things in the first part. But who knows? Maybe they needed to pad it. I mean, it was like a fucking 20, 25 hour fucking. It was over 20 hours, right? 20 to 30, somewhere in there. Fucking point and click, dude. I think you could probably take like a good 5, 6 hours from slow walking out, but it's pretty lengthy. What else? What else is there? If we're done talking about it, I'm done for the day on the stream. I'm going for 15 and a half hours.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if
it's real
there's
nice,
yeah,
but yeah, it's got some definite flaws.
it's one of those. It's got some real flaws, but I feel like the positives and stuff definitely make it worth playing. They outweigh a lot of the negatives. It just depends on how attached you get to how negative the negative parts are. Like, if you're really like hard up on the gameplay in the first part, it could be super boring. Like I could see where somebody would be like, "Wow, this really is fucking hard. That's slog." But I didn't think it was that big of a slog. Also, really patient lad. So, no, well, we were bored at some point. I had to fast forward the walking, but I thought the adventure shit was cool. Like I said, it was more logical and made a lot more sense. You had to pick up a lot of stuff, remember some shit. But I liked it better in the second part. Oh, and the second part also had like phased levels. Like you would, it was like you gotta just do one floor, and you just remembered all of those puzzles, and then you do another one in chapter 2, and then it would get a little bigger. It was slightly more complicated. Or the fucking original part was like, hey, here's the entire fucking game. Hopefully we don't make you remember some small shit. And they didn't as often as I thought they would, but they did enough for sure. Yeah, I thought it was really good. There was parts in the first bit I was like, man, this is probably gonna be pretty mediocre to bad game, but by the end I think it's really solid.
Oh, he hated it.
No, I wouldn't hate it.
Started off hating it.
I didn't start off hating it. There's just points where I guess I thought it would just